everyone. So my topic is preparation of worksheet and financial statement. At the end of this chapter, the students should be able to understand the purpose of worksheet, to know the steps in preparing the worksheets, to know how important worksheet. What is worksheet? Multiple column sheets wherein all necessary information used for the preparation of financial statement is recorded in a systematic process is called a worksheet. So the worksheet is not a permanent account, it is not a part of a journal, a ledger. It is a device used for easy preparation of adjusting entries and financial statements. The worksheet is a multi-column sheet or a computer spreadsheet where the accountant writers in brief information necessary for the preparation of adjusting entries and financial statements. Preparation of financial statements correctly becomes complicated and sometimes delayed. In the present-day world, it has been the practice of preparing worksheets in the big organizations before the preparation of financial statements. Accounts make adjustment of adjusting entries with other relevant ledger accounts before the representation of financial statements. Following steps must be followed in preparing the worksheet. So first is the post balance in trial balance. So columns first of all the names of all the ledgers accounts with balance are written in the column of trial balances in their respective debit and credit a column of trial balance. So, ang post balance kaya na siya duha ka columns, one for debits and one for credits. So, that ensures a company's bookkeeping is mathematically correct of a listing of all balance sheet accounts. So, containing non-zero balances at the end of the reporting period, the post-trial balance is used to verify that the total of all debit a reporting period balances equals the total of all creditors balances which will next to zero. Second step is the post-adjusting entries in adjustment columns. The necessary adjusting entries are posted in the adjustment column. So, the title of any account that is debited or credited in the adjusting entries but not listed in the trial balance is regarded from the next line of the trial balance total. So, the adjustment columns are totaled after which the total of a debit column should be equal to the total of the credit column. If mag-adjusting entries ganita, so make the activities sa imong business is recorded accurately in the time jud na siya kay if dili ka maghimo og adjusting entries, the possible will show you paying for expenses before they're actually incurred or collecting unearned revenue before you can actually use the money. So, the same process po na siya sa posting journal entries kay the additional adjustment mag-add accounts to the end of the period or may change account balances from the earlier journal entry steps in according cycle. Step is the interbalances in adjusting trial balance column. So, ang interbalance kay mo siyang the resulting balance is obtained from the trial balance and the adjustment columns are as follows. So, ang resulting balance is recorded in the adjusting trial balance columns. So, adjusting trial balance columns are totally to demonstrate that no arithmetic errors have been made. Example like debit, DR plus DR, and then credit plus credit. So, or debit plus minus credit or credit minus debit. Complete income statements column. The expenses from the adjusted trial balance columns are recorded in the debit column or the income statements and income is recorded in the credit column. Determine the net loss or income net. If the total of the credit column is greater than the debit column, it represents that net income. So, ang credit column mo na siyang income, ang debit column mo na siyang expense. So, this represent net income is recorded in the debit column or to equalize the debit and credit columns of the income statements. So, the net loss is recorded in the credit column to equalize the debit and the credit column. Complete balance sheet columns. The balance of assets from the adjusting trial balance are transferred to the debit column of the balance sheet and the balance of liabilities is transferred to the credit column. So, If the liabilities is transferred to the credit column, the net income is shown as liability and the net loss as an asset. So, we will connect it. So, the worksheet helps ensuring the account that accounting interests have been correctly derived. Let us know how which other areas finance you need to help. Important to know. So what are the steps in preparing a worksheet? So first is post balances is in trial balance columns. Second, post adjusting interest in adjustment columns. Third is interbalance in adjusting trial balance column. And the fourth is complete income statement columns. And the fifth is determine net loss or net income. And the sixth is complete balance sheet columns. And the last is, so, muna siyang last, complete balance sheet column. So, that's all. Thank you, everyone.